Hello, this is Barista. I'm Steve, and I'm going to demonstrate a couple of filter coffee methods here. We've got the Technivorm 1 cup filtered brewer. It's an automatic brewer. Takes all the guesswork out of things. Just put some water in it, put some coffee in it, turn it on, let it do its thing. And we've got the Hario V60 pour over manual filter method for people who want to get really involved in the whole process. You want to take control of the whole thing, and you've got a bit more time on your hands than the person who's going to need this Technivorm piece of kit. So for the Technivorm, comes in this nice box here. Includes a few nice little additions in there. We've got a few takeaway cups. Because you've got a Technivorm, you're a busy person, you haven't got time to hang about, you need these paper cups. You also get a nice couple of porcelain cups. If I can get those out. Get a couple of those. Nice comprehensive instruction manual in many languages, and you also get a packet of filter papers all ready to go. Okay, and then the V60, what you're going to need as well, you get the V60 filter cone. This is the main thing, you need this piece. We've got the filter papers as well, special filter papers for the Hario. You can choose to have the serving jug. We've got Hario scales here. We've got a built-in timer because you're going to need the timer and all that to carry on. And we're going to use these nice retail scales so you can see what I'm doing. We've got the pouring kettle. This is posh. This is a pretty essential piece of kit actually. You'll see why when we come to it. I've got a separate timer here because I'm using these retail scales. Most important of all, you're going to need some nice freshly roasted coffee from the Barista roastery here. That's the good stuff. I'm going to use some of this nice Guji from Ethiopia, nice washed Sidamo. We've got a grinder, very important grinder. You can have ground coffee from us if you like. I'm going to grind fresh because that's the best way all the way around. So let's get the Technivorm on the go. We'll just get that started, get that working. And then we'll do the Hario. So 20 grams of coffee into there. You're going to use a scoop. I'm not going to weigh coffee for the Technivorm because I don't think that's the way most people are going to want to use this brewer, having to get involved with scales and timers and mucking about like that. So 20 grams, more or less 2 level scoops. You get this nice little handy scoop with it. 2 scoops into the grinder. Filter paper. I'm going to get that out first. Excuse me. I'll just put a little edit in here. So I've got 2 level scoops of coffee, got filter paper. I'm going to pop that in there. No, we're not. So I've got filter paper. I've got my coffee in the grinder. I'm going to grind straight into the filter paper. Okay, 20 grams nice Sidamo in there. And I'm going to fill some water into the reservoir. Go and get some water. Got some cold water. Now, there's a little line on the side of here. You see that? I'm going to go slightly below the line. I don't like to use a massive cup of coffee, so I'm going to go just under the line. About there. About 10 mil below. Swing the little arm, that's where your water's going to come out of. Over there. Switch thing on. That's it, we can forget about it for a little while. So, onto the Hario, so just to demonstrate the difference by way of contrast. I'm going to rinse the filter paper, something you could do with the Technivorm as well, but it's unlikely that you're going to want to. What we're doing here is we're rinsing any papery taste out of the paper. And we're also warming up the serving jug, ready to pour. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that water there. Right, I'm going to go 20 grams of coffee into this one as well. That's bubbling away nicely. Starting to do its thing. 20 grams, this time I'm going to measure it because you're a Hario brewer, you're probably going to be more interested in the precision. 20 grams. in the grinder, grind straight into the cone here. Okay, so I'm going to set the whole thing up on the scale, pop it on the scale here, zero the whole thing. Not as easy as you might believe. Okay, so ready to start pouring. Got my water here, just about the right temperature by now. And I'm going to start with 30 grams of water. So I'm going to go by weight rather than trying to measure volume or anything like that, because depending on the freshness of your coffee, you're going to make more or less gas in the coffee, so there's no point trying to measure volume. We're going to go by weight. Start my timer and I'm going to let that bloom for 30 seconds with the 30 grams of water in there. As you can see, Technivorm started doing its thing. That's trickling out already, having to pay no attention to it. You could be setting that up in your kitchen and then you need to go and tend to the dog, kids, all that stuff. Got a busy life. So, we're nearly there now, 30 seconds. Then I'm going to put a bit more water in here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stand here very attentively pouring until I've got 320 grams and it's taken about 3 minutes. So you can see the contrast between this method and the Technivorm over here, which is still going about its thing beautifully without paying any attention to it. We're going to roll through this real quickly and we'll see you at the end. Aye. Go on the door, Dino. A good job there. So I've got 320 grams of water into the V60 now. Pour that in real slowly. That's taken sort of 2.5 minutes up to now. I'm going to let that drain through fully. Technivorm's nearly done. It's the water's all gone out of the reservoir. All we've got now, we can always take the lid off and have a little look, see how it's doing. There's no more water coming out of the arm. We're now just draining the cone through. What this does, the great thing about this machine is it heats the water to the correct level. You've probably seen machines a lot like this before that go into a jug on a hot plate, that sort of thing, bigger scale piece of kit. They don't tend to heat the water up to the correct temperature. The good thing about this is it does do that. It's been designed specifically, it's been designed with the Coffee Association of Europe to brew at the correct temperature. It's beautifully made, it's hand built, they're all tested before they leave the factory. It's got a 5-year warranty with it. It's the proper job basically. This one here will also, you'll be able to make your coffee at the correct temperature and the correct volume, all the rest of it, but you've got to do it all yourself. This one you pour it in and you're ready to go. So this one is just about done. We're just over the 3 minutes, so that's gone pretty much according to plan. I'm going to take this off now. I'm going to pop it on this cup here, set that to one side. And here we go, one delicious brew of Ethiopia. So let's have a little see how they taste compared to one another. So what we've got here, beautiful, nice crystal clear, tangy tart lemon, just what we want. Technivorm over here, heavier in the body, probably a little bit sweeter, not quite the clarity, but to make this coffee I've just put all the stuff together, left it doing its thing, walked away, come back, and I've still got a delicious cup of coffee. So at the end of it, basically see you've got the convenience and you've got the precision. We offer brewers to cover all things, whether you want to get real dorky like this, or whether you're just too busy and you just want to put it on and leave it going. Enjoy!